2, 3, 4. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS. It's the 18 of my face up, 'cause I was out of the house and doing stuff. Smoking the Wi-Fi beverages, and I guess that's the way it goes. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS. Got no money, smoking crack, saving up for the Betamax. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS.
It did. It worked. Hello.
Hey, and welcome to Obscure Tape Time, the show where we watch VHS in their entireties and invite you to suffer along with us. Hey, Ben,
I'm
you tired?
very, very exhausted, but I had an alright weekend. Nice, relaxing weekend.
Cool.
Which is new.
Good.
Yeah, how about you?
Some stressful life stuff, but I did actually get to go out to a drag show, which was fun.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I wanted it to be more awesome than it was. The actual drag show part was cool, and I didn't recognize the drag performers because I don't watch RuPaul's, but one of them was one of the RuPaul Down Under
Oh, cool.
ladies. But the stuff around that, basically, it was at a place called the Piano Bar, where a guy plays piano and you do requests. And instead of, I thought maybe the drag show might have been like an alt night or like a gay night or something, but no, it was kind of the same audience as like a country pub cover band night, and they were like rowdy and drunk and falling over, and the ladies were touching me, and I was like, oh. So yeah, the drag show was nice, but around that it was very kind of typical July.
Very bogan.
Very broken. Very typical.
What up? What up, Napostrof? What up, Ape Sentai? And what up, Spade K? Hope you're all
Yeah.
doing well. Cinema, I
You
loved you too, Spade K. Hope all's well on your end, man.
Have you guys been doing anything good?
Yeah. What have
this
you guys been up
week?
to?
Yeah,
since
it's
last
always
episode?
us. Why
Yeah,
do we
where,
always
where the
have...
fuck are you guys at?
Yeah. Tell us about your...
Tag in.
Yeah.
Wait. Go.
No window time. Ah. Anyway.
Oh
it's-
yeah, Ape Sentai saw the Potter's House rap show.
Oh yeah. Would have been so much cool if you got more of that on film. You should remix what you did get though. I would have liked to have seen that. Do some remix. We'll use it for cinema intro.
Then they asked if you'd come along. Oh boy, I'm not sure that would
That's
that
when
would be a
you.
good fit.
That's when you have to say yes and then not, and just walk away.
Mentally preparing for your daughter's concert.
Oh,
Is it that much of a chore?
are you gonna film it on VHS? Because we watched yours.
Yeah, when she's older, she can be a guest.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Mm-hmm. So today's episode, we're doing Irish Day.
Yeah.
I
Do
don't
I get to
actually-
go get the green food dye?
I don't actually know what it is.
As I said, it's a mystery tape. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I'm not talking about the tape. I mean, like St. Patrick's Day in general. I don't
Oh, it's Saint Patrick, who was a saint,
Was he?
and they made a day for him.
I quickly researched it on the wikis just to try and refresh my memory, and apparently he's not even canon.
Oh, really?
He's not even a real like
He's not even
Catholic
a real
Church
thing.
canon
We
saint.
got ghost orbs. We got ghost orbs.
What?
We got ghost orbs on our thing. See, look, you see it? We got a ghost orb. Ooh, haunted stream.
That's because I was bagging out one of the patron
Yeah,
saints.
that's right. You were disrespecting the religion.
Yeah, we don't have Guinness today, but we do have raspberry lemonade. That's kind of the same, right?
We can dye it green. I'm
We
sure.
could dye green.
I mean, I can't really be bothered going to find a food.
And I
dye.
don't really want to be bothered pooping green and having to clean that out of the toilets. Oh dear. So about this tape. What are you laughing at? Connor. Connor want to poop. You want to poop green?
This really bothered me too. The amount that I have had to, because you tricked me into doing shots of.
Blue food dye. Blue's
Well,
different.
It's all the same.
No, I'm
shit.
cool with pooping blue. It's not green.
Mm.
So this tape that we're watching today, it's called Mullingar After the Years, and oh my god, the cover is fantastic.
Take
It
this
says on the
opportunity real
back, packed inside, Mullingar, 4, Castle Pollard, Lakes, Kilbogan,
Bill Bogan.
yeah, Killigan, Mr. Fran, running time more. I mean, I'll take this out. Look at that.
There you go.
check out the cover. It looks like it's been photocopied on like
Yeah, it is. It is a
But it's
very
colour
cheap
photocopy.
looking.
and like someone printed it out.
It's going
on
to be
there.
very musical.
Bad. Yeah, so basically what it is this documentary about a town called Mullingar that's in Ireland. And they've got some musical performances.
looks like a right geezer, doesn't he?
What they all do. And also historians. They got some historians and some key people from the town. It's a documentary about this-
People from the town.
yeah. So when I was doing research on it, there are two things I can find out about it. One is the person who actually made this documentary has a YouTube channel with one video on it, which is a trailer for this, but the trailer is just the first like minute of the video, so I didn't think it was worth whatever. But then the link that they put to buy a copy is a dead link.
Oh.
And they've done nothing else. They haven't been online since 2010. So there's that. But the other thing that I found out about it, I could find all sorts of things out about Mullingar and the actual town, but the video is what I was interested in. It got a DVD remaster,
Oh.
and that DVD is for sale at a harmonica shop.
At a harmonica shop.
And it's got this big blurb, like our copy of the video. It's just got, I don't know why they've struck through it, but all the things have got lines through it.
Yeah, I think it's a style thing.
It's style, yeah, but the actual DVD cover's got like a story on the back. But the main part of the story is this DVD has been reissued and remastered 3 years in the making. And I'm like, what? But yeah, the actual tape only goes for 15 minutes. So the more we talk about it before,
Well, that gives us plenty of time to finish rewinding this tape that's already in there.
just let it go. Yeah, so yeah, DVD reissue. I'm not sure whether it actually does exist that as a thing you can buy because I didn't try to buy it.
Well, I'm sure if you
But
go to
maybe.
that harmonica shop, it's probably in Ireland.
Yeah, probably
It's probably there.
But yeah, that's all I could find on it. All the people in it, they're just
It's amazing enough that it made it all the way here.
yeah.
Like, I would assume that somebody, like, immigrated here.
This is a new tape.
What do you mean?
As in, I just bought it two
right,
weeks
right.
ago. I bought it as a stack, and this is the one that I got with the thing that said St. Patrick's Day, what's it, 28 or something like that, and
Yeah.
I put it in, and there was nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day on it, just some TV recordings, and then the tape came off the spool, and then the backing up of the tape didn't work, so I have to reconnect the tape to the spool and re-back it up, even though there's nothing interesting on it except for some ads and some segments anyway. But I also got with it a package. It's St. Patrick's Day package. It's St. Package Day. I also got with it a Irish dance music instructional and another Finding Ireland documentary, but they all ran for nearly an hour each. So I thought one tape will do. So yes, for some reason, somebody got rid of their whole collection of Ireland tapes, and I went and picked them up. That was about 3 weeks ago, and they all came in like the day before I went and picked them up. So the person on the phone said, "Yeah." So
I missed all of that.
too long didn't read. I got a bunch of tapes all about Ireland,
Oh, okay.
and but they were all too long to be playing two in one go sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should we chuck this in? Like this is
Yeah.
real. Like you're gonna love this. Like the quality of it.
I
It's
should
like
grab my headphones. That would be smart. Not to leave the bench. But yeah.
yeah. This is a real kind of like guerrilla shot on VHS documentary. Something that wouldn't even go on TV. This is definitely made as some old man's like project after he retired, sort of thing.
That one. I think we're on. We're good. We're good. I fixed it.
Good.
I
You
fixed
don't have
it.
your green shirt on.
Oh yeah.
It's over there. There we go. Green. Happy? Irish. Was
Fiddly-dee.
there anything interesting in the package?
Didn't open it.
Was it a shamrock?
Probably not, but it might be. The mystery.
Maybe it's the Blarney Stone. You got to kiss it.
Oh, I'd kiss it.
I like it so far. Oh.
I was gonna
Well,
say
that was
this.
quick.
Back to
Marlon,
darkness.
yeah. Perfect.
Oh. Stock, I reckon they
Architecture.
had money for.
Entertainment. Lakes. Oh, that's my favorite bit. Lakes.
The lakes.
Characters.
Old people.
Historical.
Old people and drunks.
One stairs. Equestrian.
Which is why I'm not really a character anymore, because I'm sober.
Arts. You are here in Mullingar after all these years.
Mullingar is unique, of course. There isn't another town in Ireland which is surrounded by a railway and a canal. Not one. And here we have it in Mullingar, this sort of a town. I wrote a thing about it one time. That
Yeah, I think we
one
need
time in Mullingar
subtitles.
you could get a fiver if you could take an ass out or back into the town without crossing under or over a bridge. And you couldn't. And they called the thing between the bridges. You remember that yourself. But that sort of thing was going on.
What?
This was what
Wait,
the
what?
unique thing that Mullingar had. It was a town set in this circular sort of fortress arrangement of a canal. It was like a huge Norman moat. You had the canal and the railway preserving it. And indeed, to say it affected the psychology of the people, that they became conny and wouldn't speak to you and that sort of thing. But when John Waters came down from Dublin, and he spent a day with me talking about Mullingar, and he thought that it was a wonderful town. He said it was quite different from any other town he had visited, and that the people he found them more friendly in their own special way.
I think Mullingar is very well
Brilliant.
for
I'll give you a fiver if you can take an ass out of
in
Mullingar
population
without
terms,
crossing a
the
bridge.
entire services sector to grow.
Is that what he
in
was talking
particular.
about?
Yeah, he was talking about
As you know,
surrounded by
the
water.
Maynooth Kilcock bypass has now been in place
But
for
no
the last
ocean.
2 years. The bypass to the airport opened last year. So therefore the airport is only 1 hour and 10 minutes from Mullingar, and the city centre of Dublin is 1 hour and 15 minutes from Mullingar.
Oh, good. I'm glad I
The
bought this
population
video
of
so I know.
Mullingar, possibly in
How
the next
close or
7
far
years,
away it
going
is from
to
the
No, just
necessities.
working out the times when I need to leave.
the number one tourist attraction in Northwest.
Be able to catch my
will
plane.
be Four and its
Out of
seven
there.
wonders. My mother was born in Four, and her family came from there. And I'm very proud of the fact that she was born in one of the nearest houses to the Abbey on the Clonagera Road, better known
Yeah,
as
the music is
Abbey
quite
Road.
epic.
thousands of people that visit Fore.
We have a broken
It's
church.
a heartening prospect for the future of Fore, because Fore is a place that we in Westmeath County Council are going to invest in heavily, along with
Heaven,
the
heaven.
Office of
That's how much he
Public
loves
Works.
it.
As you know,
Heavenly.
the Office of Public Works
Ah, wait,
acquired
no.
additional land in Fore. And also, Westmeath County Council have secured a 3-year FOSS training scheme, where at the present time we're erecting a visitor centre where we can have a small restaurant, an audiovisual place.
An audiovisual place.
You mean a cinema?
Theatre.
What else could it be?
Apron?
Haunted house walkthrough.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're coming up with ideas. Make whiskey there.
What type of whiskey?
Whiskey. Oh, yeah, I missaw the word whiskey.
Scotch whiskey?
Probably not, 'cause it's not in Scotland, right?
Tennessee whiskey?
I don't think it's in Tennessee either. Irish whiskey.
Ah, right. Pause.
And I got all traces.
Ah,
Fuck it!
I blew my pension on that.
Peace! Cock it!
Ah, they're getting their money's worth out of this helicopter ride.
Right. Joe, how many people actually worked in the station?
150 general staff around the platform, servicing the wash plant, all the cattle trains.
I wonder if the DVD remaster has better sound quality.
Nope.
Nope. It just got put onto a DVD.
Guarantee that it does not have better sound quality.
It's just got a menu. That's what it is. That's what the remaster was.
Yeah, maybe it's like a commentary
From all over the railway system.
from the arts
Why
guy.
would, Joe,
Nice.
the actual the railway station be sending telegraphs at that stage rather than the actual post office?
Because the post office wasn't full time.
Arse.
The railway
Arse.
was 24 hours. And apart from the telegraph, there was a telegraph in every signal cabin when the ladies would retire.
Joe, just ask the question now. This place has seen a lot of people leaving and maybe never coming back. But this has been,
Packed with people.
yeah.
There was no alternative travel. The boats had
You're
been
supposed to want make us want to go there, not
Yes, they had
tell us that
carried.
people have
But
fucked
the
off to never
sufferers
return.
were the parents or those who were left behind.
Of course, Joe, the railway station wasn't just involved in carrying people to and fro, but was very much in transporting livestock from the area out of it. Could you give us a bit on that in the fair
Oh
days?
yeah, and of course Mullingar was famous for its fat heifers, beef to the heels,
That's
and of course the rich pasture produced all
Is that a
kinds
sex
of
thing
stock.
or?
Bullocks, sheep, and whatever, and goats. There was even one gentleman used to come in and he also
Oregon is
priced
famous for its fat
goats
heifers.
for sale, all sexes, and of course there was a custom at that time that you castrate a buck goat, and he was let run with bullocks. He was neutered, castrated, and he was a lucky charm. He was supposed to fend off disease. He would eat certain herbs which was called, of course they were all fallacies. It didn't like, but that was the belief at the time.
Phalluses?
And I'm a
Up at night
He's talking about
No,
putting
no.
bollocks around your neck.
and there was a
To fend
great
off
feast
disease.
provided. That was a
Good
form
night,
of
Ape
excitement.
Sentai.
People
He
who
is
had
making
stock,
it
you know,
very hard
small
to
farmers
tell
and
a
everything,
story
and they were
about
brought up to the big
hanging
house to walk the cattle in.
castrated bulls around your
That
neck.
is from nearly
Actually
Athlone
exciting.
to
Like,
walk
how
it.
can you make that not
Had a good
exciting?
name, and the buyers were over from England.
He's
at that
done it.
And then you had buyers for the horses. We had mules, jennets, and donkeys, apart from all the pigs and the sheep. Certain families were noted for producing all types or a particular type of stock, and people from outlying districts or from further counties would come to buy.
You've only to look at the old film called Our Town to realise the difference between
Film.
over that number of years when this was made, and I think it was the 50s, early 50s was made in fact.
There's a
with the
film
three cars
called
on the
Our
street. By the way, there's a
Town.
good story about that.
Let's try and find that on
That film,
VHS.
I understand,
Film.
it was shown in the county hall, and there was free admission,
This is probably it.
but you were charged 6 to get
Oh.
out.
Yeah, they just stuck it in the middle of this document. You don't need to see it
For a
anymore.
money-making gimmick. But you mentioned characters as well, and I suppose if you're to talk about progress, when I came here first, the way of advertising something was hop tonight in the county hall, Charlie Ray ringing his bell. And nowadays, Mullingar has his own radio station with my own son, manager of it, and doing a programme on it as a way of communication. So there are those advances at least.
They got
Any
their
other
radio
characters? Tommy Hughes
station.
in the county hall. God,
Congratulations, they've almost caught up with the rest of the world.
Tommy's favourite
That's
one was
exactly why they need
he
a
asked him for bit of a
documentary.
set, a lump of a table, elaborate.
Wonder if they've got
table,
internet
throne
yet.
For a royal scene or
Inter
something.
who?
Tommy would say, impossible, impossible. You go down the next night and he'd have it made. And he'd take a delight in that, you know. Tommy used to say there were ghosts, of course, in the county hall as well. That he met.
They did have internet, but they got rid of it because they didn't want it anymore.
Ropes going up.
They did set up a website and then they got rid of it.
Tremendous progress, of course, in industry and in
It
roads
cost
and everything
money
else.
to get into it and money to get out of it.
Yes.
The Village Hotel. So almost green. It doesn't look too different between the tape and the Ritz vibe.
No.
Well, Castlepotter to me is home, and in the words of Patrick Farder from Rathone, the famous songwriter, where is the one who does not love the land where he was born, who cannot speak of it with pride, no matter how forlorn? Well, I think I
Pretty
am
pleased
that
with himself.
soldier.
Yeah,
And as
he was,
far
he was
as I'm
stoked with
concerned,
himself for remembering that.
Castlepotter is probably one of the nicest places in the world for anyone to be born in, to live in, and
So
to
Poland.
hopefully be buried in. I, naturally enough, have spent the last 15 years of my life trying to get money to invest, have it invested in Castlepollard by the Westmeath County Council or by various departments. And we have an infrastructure there now at the present time where we can get up to 3,000 houses built in the area because the infrastructure is now in place. Castlepollard
I
has
reckon it would cost to live there.
St. Peter's Hospital, which employs over 160
Who,
people
Bob?
at the present time. And it has Aralco out the road in Collinstown, which employs almost 400, and Mergon, which employs over 200. It also has Tullynally Castle, the ancestral seat of the Pakenham family and the title of Lord Longford. And I suppose Lord Longford sits in the House of Lords, and I, on the other hand, sit in the upper house of Shannon. It's another unique.
Stop sitting there
Uh,
telling us
achievement.
what you've
There are
got
very
and then
few,
just maybe take us for a walk around.
towns
What
in
is
Ireland
this?
that could say that
I don't want to
they
watch
see
you
from the
telling
house
us.
of,
I
Go
don't want to
show
walk, and I
us.
don't want to walk, so you can take your damn camera.
Shannon. I would like to see more people coming to live in Castlepollard. Beautiful lakes, Loch Lane, Loch Derravara, Loch Glore. Very good fishing in the area. The people are
Love me a
very,
good
very
lake.
friendly.
Go on a houseboat tour there. View's fantastic.
Goodbye, up.
This doesn't sound very Irish. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way. I'm like,
And
that
the
could have
cubes.
been cut, that could have been cut.
That could have been cubed.
Ireland, Ireland, Ireland. Oh, look, we've got an interview with him.
I don't know so much about that. I think there's a lot of other guys
Joe
who came to
Dolan.
that, before me, but however, I will accept it.
He's
gratitude.
secretly Dolan Duck.
Started
Oh,
off
that's
many
right.
years ago. Funnily
That's
enough,
him.
Here
He
in
makes all the
Mullingar,
memes. They're coming out of
we started
Ireland.
the band actually in this exact area in which we're sitting now, which was known then as the Coliseum Cinema, which was owned by Joe Healy's father. And when the
Yeah,
the
looks
film
like
used to
it.
work down the Sons of the Crowded Show, she
No
was the
stranger
twins,
to a bit of a
because you're
pub
twin
brawl.
sisters.
Well,
Punch up.
So
that's
the
what
twins would
happens
be
when
paraded
you
and keep the crowd
you work
quiet
in
and all the
that
rest
kind
it.
of scene,
Anyhow,
and
up on stage.
And
Joe
when
was
the
good enough
the
to give us,
football's
the
on
premises
and
here
and
at the
your team
Coliseum
goes 1-0
Cinema
up
to,
and you
when we started
stick
out
it
with
to the other
Drifters,
guy and
And it's
you don't really
Ireland.
like that.
And we'd rehearse here every Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and every day we
Or if
worked
an Englishman
which was
walks into the
Thursday and Friday
bar and you're
Saturday
like,
as well,
fuck are you
and
doing
many
here?
Sundays. But however,
Fuck you, go
things got
home.
a little bit better.
Want you here?
And Mullingar's always been very good to me. Now, as you can see, we're here now after all the years, and after starting in the the Coliseum Cinema, which now is gone. And we're sitting here now in our own
Oh,
recording
so the
studio.
columns,
which is,
Coliseum Cinema's gone.
I'm
Can't
very
visit
proud
that.
of it. I'm very proud to have come this far. And all thanks to a lot of people from Mullingar indeed, and of course countrywide and worldwide. They helped me all the way.
If there's any streamers from here, go find their streams and be like, we know about your hometown.
No, I think the only streams they have in Mullingar are the ones connected
one
to the
that started me
lakes.
internationally.
The
I did
bridges.
have,
Mm.
a
That you
lot of
take the
hits in
asses
Ireland
up.
before that,
Yeah.
but this one took us out of the country.
Gotta get your ass over
But the
that
one
bridge.
comes
What
to
up,
mind,
JNN Broadcasting?
before
Get a
me
fiver if you
was
do it
the
without a
song of
bridge.
Tar and Cement. And a strange
cheap
thing
and take
happened
a
about
boat.
a year
Yeah.
ago. I think they opened the
Aha!
bypass or something
Ha!
like that, I'm not quite sure. And I was driving into town with a friend of mine in the car, and I missed the first turn to Mullingar, and I saw.
He's
all
talking
this
about a car. We got
highways
some of
and
that
everything.
shot
I
from the
thought,
helicopter to
my
put there.
goodness, wasn't
With a
Tar and
car.
Cement the
Yeah.
song
What if
way
you missed the
ahead of its
tent?
time?
Yes.
The words go, where are the meadows? There's nothing now but acres of tar and cement. And this was exactly what it looked like to me, and portrayed this song, which I had done many, many years ago. Like, the meadows are gone, and the place is covered with tar and cement, all the new roads and bypasses and what have you. Well, Mullingar has changed. It's changed an awful lot since we started, yes. Of course it has. But the people in it haven't changed that terribly much. I mean, Mullingar
I think
is an absolute
every
unbelievable
city
busy town now.
has
It's
changed in the
thriving.
last
I
100
drove
years.
into Mullingar to
Well, it's probably like they
and,
mentioned the 50s. And I would say even going back that far, that's like
and
40
couldn't get a
years from
parking
this.
space,
Yeah.
Not to save your life.
It's a
And I
long
thought,
fucking time.
Hello, with the bypass and all that sort of stuff, you'd have no problem pulling into Mullingar and parking here and parking there. You couldn't get a wheelbarrow in anywhere. It's just so busy.
Why would
So
you get a
it's
wheelbarrow
fantastic
in?
Town, great town. Always. Well, Mullingar was always a great town, even in the days when sort of nobody had anything, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff around Mullingar.
Yeah, this is
now
late
that's-
90s.
That's great. You can look at all the new
Very
clubs
late
that have
90s.
opened.
Yeah,
The way people have built
they did a
hotels around here,
remaster in the 2000s.
and it just has to be it just
DVD,
has to be
full.
thriving.
Okay.
Ah!
And I kept town first. I sold the sirloin steak at 5 shillings. And we bought cattle 900 weight.
You
at
can name
45
two.
pound. Sheep at 7 pounds.
Don't just name them. Tell us a tale.
And I worked
about
for half a dollar
Yeah.
a day. And riding about 5 mile in the road.
I mean, most cities you could say the same about really because
this time the town
As
got
time
good.
marches on,
time marches on, shit gets
Stores and huge
built and
parks.
destroyed and
I ran across the-
Detroit. Yeah, that's got to be one of the biggest
It's all
towns.
changed since I was a boy.
that they get
And it's good for the
gentrified.
town.
It's just completely
So I'd
fucked.
like to be young
They
again.
just ran out of money,
Start all over
gang
again.
problems everywhere, and
But unfortunately, I'm going the other way.
yeah, they made all the cars there, right?
Whoa, check out this guy.
Not much of the old generation left.
Mullingar's a confident
I tell you what, we'll
There's
get
a
you.
bunch of
We'll
corrupt
do
politicians that really fucked with Detroit
in
from
every
memory.
sense.
an interview with you, but we want you to
It's a town
walk
with
from over
tremendously
there
easy
towards the
access.
camera.
To good quality life.
In Mullingar town, with
the sun shining down at the flag,
Uh-oh.
the fish and the bears.
Oh look.
That sounds like every single other Irish song I've ever heard. We're gonna get like copy struck, but the copy struck is gonna be like, we don't know what this is, but you're not allowed to use it.
Like the reeds and slip cheeks, and your fingers would dance up and down. How along
What is this? Foster and Allen? I don't know. Let's give them the copyright money.
you would squeeze box round Mullingar town.
Reminds me that there like used to be a nice festival like that out here.
Ireland's we don't get any festivals.
Yeah, I know. There used to be plenty in this like
We used
region, in the
to
whole Geelong region. There used to be
have
tons
an
of them.
Irish pub, but now our Irish pub is just looks Irish, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, and then do you remember how we had a Scottish pub that turned into a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah,
And then I think that's closed as well.
yeah, everything's closed. Doobie-doo-doo-doo.
Each year on the day, I went off to play for the fish at the Grand County Hall. And
Look at all them
with a mighty
helicopters.
crowd of 350 in all. Step dancers galore who could burn the floor. Fine musicians made music.
Well, it was already pretty bad before that anyway. Like, as you said, already in motion for the 90s. I just remember reading about a bunch of corrupt politicians, like there was a mayor or something who just took a whole bunch of money.
La da dee da dee dee da dee da.
Are you a fine decent man? Well, God bless you, madam. Sure, some days I'd near make a pound in the shade of the wall. It's the second-hand stall on the squeeze box in Mullingar town.
And my connections with RTE was in the
He's
programme
back.
of Ronnie Walsh, Sunday Miscellany. I was very, very lucky to get in there too, because they had a sort of a permanent crowd on it, you know. And they were older in stature than me. They're greater in
Someone's
stature.
called
than
an
over
author,
in
that
age
means I
than
should
me.
be able to find
But
them
I
if I
caught
just
up
type
with
it in,
them.
right?
And
Maybe.
indeed, I'm
Maybe.
one of the survivors of it now, of the crowd that I was with. But that was very good, because they allowed you to write your own scripts and read them. And through that,
Yeah, I
you
don't know
got
much about
occasional
Pittsburgh,
publications of the
unfortunately.
script. And all this was very, very helpful. I was on Sunday Miscellany, and a lot of people down the country here used to write to me about things I said in Sunday Miscellany, asking about the background of it, what I was doing, and how much truth was in what I was saying. To a great degree, it was truthful, but there was a lot of things brought in to fill up the space.
He died in 2010.
But in that way, I was able to tell the stories that I had heard from people down here, to retell them for Radio Ireland on a Sunday morning, and they all listened to it.
He was a
But
psychiatric
another great
nurse.
contact of
Well, there you
mine
go.
was
That's
through
cool.
Books Ireland. This
But
literary
what did he
journal.
write?
I was in at the initial stages of that, and I was fortunate to be kept on, and I still write for it.
Probably books
And
about
recently,
that.
when I was doing research for the Jealous Wall,
He was an
I
editor on a
asked
book
Jeremy
called The
Addison, who's the
Midlands,
editor of Books Ireland, if he would send me any
The
books
Life
he
of
had
Coleman of Lynn.
18th century Ireland. Now those
Whatever
were
that
books,
is.
very pricey books, 40 and 50 pounds each. But he sent them to me for review.
His
And
book is
through that, I
called
was able to
Austin
build up
Fries from
an
the
18th
Black
century
Valley
library,
Mountains in Wales
and
to the
indeed,
Midlands Plains of Ireland.
Get deeper into
Catchy.
the Jealous
Long
Wall
fucking
thing, the
title.
background
Fucking
to
hell.
what exactly those watchmen
1994.
were doing here, how the people felt about them, and how they felt about the people. These are things that you would never know.
I'm just
here
reminded all
by
by
asking
everything
people around
Jane
the
N's
country.
saying about how
Their
Geelong
knowledge of
used to
the
be
Ross
such
was,
like a
to certain extent,
busy,
of 100
interesting
years ago.
place,
But I was talking about
We had
a lot
trams.
more
and
than
now
150
it's
years ago.
basically
And
like
forgotten
dead.
about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people had committed.
Basically, like there is a
Ross
smaller
before.
suburb a
The
little bit
Jealous
further
Wall
out,
is, to
Warm
a great
Ponds.
extent,
Yeah.
a
People
microcosm
prefer to go there
of the whole
to like
situation in the
even
country
do
at that
basic
time.
shopping
You had
than into the city
upstairs,
centre. That's how
downstairs
bad it's
people,
gone.
different from what they were in England.
And because of that, I used to go to Warm Ponds because it was quieter. And now Geelong City's quieter, so I go back to
So
Geelong
much
City.
quieter.
That's where I hang out. Wherever it's
So-
quieter, that's where I am.
It's incomparable, really.
Oh, so that other book was a non-fiction. He actually did do a fiction novel as well called The Rock Garden.
Oh.
And of course the families themselves. Robert Rochford.
Can I do a
the
Obscure
Earl of
Tape Time Book
Belvedere,
Club?
Was he was a
I'd
very
have to learn
important
how to
man
read
for us.
again.
Muster
It's the
Master
hardest thing,
General
isn't
of
it?
of
It's
the
not like learning to
British
read
forces in
necessarily, but
Ireland.
it's learning to relearning how to actually pay attention and
Yeah, because I get to the end of the page and go, I didn't read any of that. I was thinking about
All the
monkeys.
Yep,
Anglo-Irish people
that's it.
round about here at the time, they all intermarried. The Pakenhams were related to the Rochfords. The Tutes were related to the Rochfords.
Is he going on
All
about
the
how
people
everyone
round
was
about, they were all interrelated.
related?
And this is sort of
Yeah, he
ties
is.
up, if you want a county story
Everyone was doing their cousin.
based on the facts
I
of
know.
all that happened in the 17th
Well,
century.
you can't get out of the
Jealous
city.
Wall
It's
is the
surrounded by
prototype.
water.
It's a great prototype.
yeah, if you can't get out with your ass without crossing a bridge,
That's right.
Lends itself
the
to the
point.
situation to which
Then
was-
you may as
was
well
called
get
in
ass
literature
within the
Gothic
family.
grotesque.
Exactly.
The Gothic
There's always
grotesque of
ass
the
to be
Jealous Wall
had.
is the wall itself. But a strange fact about it is that most of the incidents in the Jealous Wall had happened in Gallstown
That strawberry lemonade doesn't
7
taste like
miles
strawberry
away.
lemonade. It tastes like kombucha.
before the scene moved to the Jealous Wall. The
Not a
Jealous
problem for
Wall
me, though.
originated
Huh?
in a row
It's not a
between
bad
brothers,
thing, though.
No,
but the
not at all.
Gallstown
But
was where
I
Mary
think the
Rochford
mango
was
one has been my
locked
favorite
up,
so far.
serving her sentence of 30 years until she emerged as
40
an old woman
years?
demented. So, if you ask me about what's important about
All
it
right,
is
what's
this-
important
it is
about
this
it?
prototype, this
Asking.
microcosm of 18th century history, which is unique in the country, and the fact
Wonder what
that
it's
it
like
involves
now.
Such important people,
It's
and
a
there's been
bustling hub
very
of
local people who were writing
commerce.
and other things at the time.
Or it could
Very
have been for
important
10 years and then
sites
crashed.
of the 18th century.
And now
What's an
it's like
interesting thing about it is
a poverty-stricken
James
area.
Joyce
Like, you,
decided
No, it's
crazy.
the red light
found out a
district.
little
It
about
could
the
be.
Jealous Wall thing, that
It's
he
all
would
whores and
find
cocaine.
the story of the Jealous Wall
And old people
as a
going,
It's true, the
"It
50s
ain't
were
like it used to be."
a very
But
profitable
he
time.
backed off from it for some reason. I don't know why. But I think
It was much
what
easier to
really why he
prosper.
backed off was
He's,
he discovered that Mary Rochford,
oh yeah.
who was the heroine
Head to
of
now,
Locked Up
holy
in the
fuck.
Bank, had never been to where Belvedere is now. And this little thing, but
It
he
is
did,
more lopsided now.
He did show Mary or mention Mary in Ulysses as
Dude, the music's playing. That means you got to wrap it up.
Shores of Belvedere, not
Hurry up.
started when an otter plunged.
Have to cut to commercial.
You got the wrap-up music.
More about the story and a little more in small pieces through the story, but he backed off from the main story.
You are here.
Well, this is intense.
Yeah.
Is this where the murders happened or the rituals? Like, what's...
There's a ferry. Some pipes. Halftime.
You know, I'm
music.
upset we never got to do our houseboat horror trip.
Yeah.
There's still time. One of these days.
We should.
Maybe next time there's a long weekend that starts on a Friday.
Yeah.
That way I've got a whole weekend of not feeling bad.
Also, you got nannies to palm the kids up. Or we could just go ourselves.
Well, that would be probably the way we
Do
would
a
go.
broke back thing.
Yeah, that would be it. Yes? We can. I'm never gonna play him. Oh, talking to the gift shop. Being in broadcasting. Thank you.
You're talking about how nothing ever, like, there's not a lot going on in Geelong at the moment. Foo Fighters came here, like, just last week.
That counts as like a big deal, does it? I mean,
Apparently.
if that counts as a big deal.
It was on the news, right?
But my point is, like, there used to be lots of like cultural festivals and stuff, and like we really did have a lot going on.
I used to go to the Celtic Festival every time it was on. That was good. Sometimes they
all kinds of shit that was just constantly happening. Like there was a point in my life where it felt like at least once every couple of weeks there was something to do.
Yeah.
Even if it was
Now we
something
get
like that
Pixar
I would
Gold.
consider boring, I would still be able to just go out and do something. But now it's just nothing happening.
And the lord of the manor of that time was indeed in the castle of, and it was called Pettit's Castle. And to this day we have, of course, also Pettit's Wood as a well-known place name in Mullingar. And this church has had many
Somebody in the background
vicissitudes
didn't know they were filming and they're ripping up
1227. At that
all the
time,
doors.
it would
All the
have been
cabinets and shit.
a series of mud huts.
Mud huts?
Wood
And
goods.
it would be inside the medieval village of Mullingar, which was only 40 acres in area, but was a walled village with several gates leading in and out of same.
What does that mean?
It would have...
It was a walled-off village and a wall around it.
Yeah, but why? Were they a
continued
cult?
as such until
Yeah,
approximately
probably for protection
1600,
and keeping
until
animals
after the
escaping and
Reformation,
stuff.
And then would have...
I'm still sober.
The statue
Yeah,
of
we're on the
Henry
booch.
VIII, the
Yeah.
Reformation came and it was acquired from the
Booze.
other
You know, it's got like
side, the
point
castle.
zero 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 one
And
of
at that stage,
booze in it.
A stone church was built there.
Yeah, haven't given up yet. One of these
And,
days I'll probably cave, but
That was the
for
first
now,
church built of stone and with a roof.
Some water.
We-
We're doing the
we reckon
kombuchas.
that In
Got kombucha.
1997,
I have to get. Oh no, I got water in front of me. All right, I'll have some water.
present church dates, as it stands, from a rebuilding upon the two other stone churches that stood there, and
Water is kind of gross, huh?
1840.
Dirty and like.
And at that
What?
time,
What? Even the water you drink? You don't do tap, do
who
you?
lived in
I do.
Moylister,
Oh, I thought you.
was
Used to.
translated or brought in from Moylister
Hey,
Parish.
cheers. Mess man gets
Who
it.
appointed the rector
Mess man
of
2
All Saints
of all the mess men.
Mullingar, and he rebuilt the church.
Cheers,
and it
Tarkin.
is
The
as it
second of the
stands
mess
now.
men.
It's
There's quite a few of them, if I recall. There's at least like 5 or 6 of them.
with two side aisles or transepts,
I
leaving it cruciform.
Yeah,
in
taken
shape,
to like
And the
we got the
chance-
soda stream, so I just make it sparkle.
Ah,
uh,
yeah.
drink it that way
is
usually.
In facing east.
Archie. Oi.
Inside the church,
I just glass bottle it
you
in the
will
fridge.
note several old.
That
Latin
usually makes it
inscribed
not taste so
monuments.
bad for me.
One is to Reverend Ralph Adams of Adams's Castle in
Adams
Rathcown,
of Adams. Adams.
the ruins of which stand to this day on the road out to Delvin.
Don't want you looking outside. Just walk it.
And
If
he
you want
was
sunshine,
director
go out the back.
then, and when his house was taken and destroyed by
sunshine,
the forces of the crown,
Yeah, no. We're going to walk out the back.
he was buried in All Saints, and he was
He was
interred,
buried in All Saints CDs.
the tombstone is in Latin, and
Shit.
it's here at the rear of the church.
How am I going to remove all this product?
The other monument.
Nobody's
which is
gonna want
interesting is
these.
on the right-hand side, at the back wall of the
Not
church,
even I want these.
Dobson. And in fact, both of
All Saints new CD.
mortal
These-
remains of both these people are in a vault which is deep in under the church.
Swans.
Is this the swan song?
Uh-oh. Awesome.
Find in our life really worthwhile.
Oh dear.
After
I like his cardigan.
I'm waiting for him to start clearing his throat.
we could
Arse.
just go away out where the west winds call with someone like you.
Love the sort of MIDI
A pal
instrumental in the background.
You know what I should add to our like watch list of something to do? We should watch the the Vietnamese karaoke
Oh,
videos.
yeah, we should do one of those. Those are fantastic. I remember when we watched one, we were at that point where
Wasn't
we...
it just flowers the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. We'd been like drunk all day, and so we were kind of both drunk and hungover at the same time. And like, it was just pain. Like, it was actual agony sitting there watching that shit. Oh shit, you got Cole's night shift? Fuck yeah, dude. So what kind of hours is that? Is that like till close? Congrats, man. Oh, nice. So you're not even working like overly.
So your disability won't get cut.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking about trying to do one of those things, and then I helped my father-in-law put the oven up, and I had for the next 3 days, and I'm like, nope. Sometimes you just need to be reminded.
If manager hates you,
Oh.
feels bad, man. But at least if it's nighttime, you probably don't have to deal with it much, huh?
Maybe your shift manager is a vampire.
Mm.
That's known to God alone, just a spot to call our own. We'd find perfect peace where joy
And the stars are not shining all day.
beneath the kindly sky. We'd build a sweet little nest somewhere in the west.
I love this video clip. This is great. Not even a nice day.
No, it's windy as hell. He's gonna blow away in a minute.
Oh look, there he is.
But I'm afraid it goes back a bit further. It goes back to about 1966, I think, or 67. I left school here in Moat, left the vocational school. And,
Oh,
I joined
that was
a
actually
local
Alan
band called the
from
Marylanders,
Foster and Allen.
Oh, there you
based
go.
over on Drumraney, which most
I
of
made
the
joke.
will know as
It
the
came true.
Maryland Football Club. That's how it got its name. And Mick was playing with the Marylanders at the time. And that's the first time I came in contact with Mick, and we worked together in the Marylanders for a couple of years with Jimmy Mullally from Mullingar was part of the band, and
That's a
Mark
very
O'Farrelly from,
uncomfortable
Paddy
interview
Ford from
situation.
Drumraney, Johnny
I don't really want to
David
do this.
Brown and
Look at him.
T.R. Dallas, Tom, my brother.
I'm in the middle of
He's just trying to be
recording.
relaxed. He's still not.
Particular
Yeah,
time
I'm
was,
cool.
He's not
Jimmy
though.
Mullally
He
and
looks
Mick
awkward
Foster
as
and
shit.
Nando and
Let's
Mick
do it in front of this. We'll put the light on, and you
Johnny
can see the sign.
And worked together for a few years. Then I got
I got to get onto my
Kevin
recording
Sheeran
session.
from out
I have to
north,
make
Kevin
another 7
performing,
Foster and Allen
the Hillbillies, but prior to that he played with
Mr. Records
Brendan
before the
Schaefer,
end of the
Kieran
year.
Kelly, Kevin
Better
joined
keep
in
with our
played
contract
fine,
here.
Yeah,
and
pumping
in
them
fact,
out.
Jimmy Mullally was in that band as well. And Kevin suggested to Kieran Kelly that he'd take me on as a singer. So I joined Kieran's band and sang with him up to about
All these
69,
people from wherever this
70 when
place
the-
is,
The band
Mulligan.
broke up because
Yeah.
Kevin
They can
and
real-
Kelly broke up
really
because
waffle.
they were forming the Hillbillies.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned
I left
about
that,
like
formed a band,
people from the UK that's
70
not
euro,
England,
a few more
Yeah.
called
and like the rest of
The
that
Night
of
Runners,
the British
was
Isles and
fronted
stuff,
by Doc Carroll. Doc
is that
had
they
just
just
left
love
Royal
to
Blues
sing and
came
talk.
back to live
It's
in
like two
Athlone,
things they just love to
and,
do.
he wanted a band to back him, so we formed the Night
Sing,
Runners.
talk, and drink.
And then about 74, 75, Doc left, and we carried on our own, and we got back in touch with Mick Foster again. Mick wanted to, was after me to go on the road as a two-piece, and he had seen the Alexander Brothers, and I said, I'll tell you what, Mick was playing behind the sax at the time. I said, if you join myself and TR in the band,
It's pretty exhausting,
we'll give it 6
man.
months. If it doesn't take off in 6 months,
Your dad
we'll
is
go on the road
exhausting.
as
That's probably the
whatever, two-piece anyway.
the most
So,
apt word to
so
describe
that's
it.
fine. Joined the
And you
band,
don't have
about
any time to make
2 or 3
VHS
months after that,
music video clips.
TR was coming back from Mexico one night and they crashed the car. Mick broke his
No,
leg.
I mean if I was
By
getting
the
paid to
time
do
he
it,
was
I would
back on
do
the
it.
road again, the band had gone. So
I'll see if there's
as soon
anything
as
in the
we got
budget.
back on the road, we teamed up as
I don't know,
Liberation
fucking-
first of
I
all.
didn't-
Sean McCormack
Cool.
was, since
I was looking at
he's
VHS
done
on
the
eBay
chorus
today,
songs,
and that
comes
whole. Did you read? There's been a news article in the
Yep.
paper. Yeah,
traditional
there's a bit of
music
a
world in the sky, if you
thing
can
where
call
we
it.
can't just pick them
And
up for
Vincent
50
and
cents
Vincent
anymore. They
have
have to be
it in
30
C.
bucks.
So we formed Liberation and kept it going for a
Luckily,
short
we've
time,
got a
and,
few hundred.
Yeah, we're good for the next couple of years. It's just that
Hopefully, it dies off again.
Yeah. And then, because of the resurgence, there'll be a lot more in up shops again. Right?
Hopefully.
And eventually we dwindled down to just the two-piece, and we made a record song called The Rambles of Spring. And
Okay,
Blacksmith and Toss Martin from Ballymore, who was a very good friend of both Mickey and myself. Toss kept telling us that Donny Cassidy was starting a new promotions, and that Donny married, of course, Anne Garrity from Ballymore.
What's the
so,
wrestling like?
we knew Donny. I played
But I wanna
at
know.
Donny and Anne's wedding.
Irish
actually,
wrestling.
but,
Yeah.
Toss kept telling us we should talk to Donny about management and about recording, you know.
Probably mostly
So
hardcore
we
because they're already
eventually
drunk, right?
Took Toss's
Maybe.
advice, and we would
I know that
report
there was
to
an
Donny. So we'd
Irish
only
guy
been on the road
wrestling
about
at the local
12 months, and we were
wrestling
doing plenty
when
of
I
work.
first
We'd lost
went. He was
plenty
the
of work,
champ.
but we needed
Was it Derby Allen?
He didn't.
promotions, and we needed to get
Derby's not
television,
Irish.
and we needed
Oh,
to get
it's just an
television.
Irish sounding name.
So of course, no better
It's
man
after Derby Crash
than
and
Donny
G.G.
for all
Allen.
that, and
Oh,
I think about
yeah.
70. late
So when's he
75,
gonna
early
pick a banana
76.
up his ass and throw it at the
Uh,
crowd?
No,
Maybe eventually.
we teamed up with Donny,
Hopefully
signed a
one
contract
day.
with Donny. I don't think we ever re-signed it, but we're still working with them anyway. 25 years later, after a lot of ups and downs and top of the pops
Ups
and
and
a lot
downs.
of television and a lot of travelling around the world, it's still the same trio making all the decisions. Donny and Mickey.
You just faded him out.
You
Yeah.
don't need to hear that last line. That's
There was no last line. He kept talking for another 2 hours after that.
I love that old quote of a true gentleman is someone who knows how to play the accordion but doesn't. I don't even know the context of that.
Probably something to do with Boston Allen. Look at him look off into the distance, all nonchalantly.
He's trying not to blow away.
He looks like he's not comfortable.
He
At
looks-
all. It's like, it's really cold.
He's having a really bad time.
I do not want it to rain on my accordion.
It's a very expensive piece of equipment.
It was me past. Been in the family for years.
At least 3 of them. An heirloom.
Now do the Captain Pugwash theme.
Play Freebird. Freebird.
Oh, we're gonna go again? Okay.
One more time!
The very first record that I made was when I was in Larry Caffrey's lounge.
Found him in the old
It was
books.
in
I think at this point they've just like decided, alright, nothing other than the music is any interesting now. We've covered every base.
Another one called Irish Night at Larry's, and in that we had.
They didn't spend much time on the horses.
All the asses.
They had a little bit of that at the train station.
Not enough. There's always time for more ass.
They didn't really talk that much about the historical buildings. They just kind of showed them.
They showed them a
power
little
couple.
bit and said, we have these nice buildings.
That was it.
Very, very recently, actually on our next video that's coming out in October.
Oh.
We're doing a song and a video.
A few months away now, we have to wait a
It's
while.
called Mullingar, or
I'm impatient.
Box in Mullingar.
I will say though, like, based on this, it does seem like a nice place to go if you just wanted to go see a live band and have a pub meal.
Hell yeah.
Tom Coleman. And
Which again is something that I don't even do anymore because being in a pub would be maybe not so good.
and we squeezed Tuxton, Mullingar, Town.
That would be the temptation, but I
So,
don't need.
You know, that much down the line, Tommy Power and Richie Daly are still very much part of the music out there.
As I've been saying to people, the problem with sobriety is the boredom. The worst part. So fucking bored.
Good food.
Can't afford good food.
That's what it said on the sign.
I can't afford it.
I got a big old slow cooker popcorn curry on it. I think I say that like most weeks, right? This is what I do. I like to fill the slow cooker up with curry.
You just need to make one of those pots like they do in like Africa and stuff.
It's just always on.
It's always on.
When you want some more food, you just add some more stuff into it.
Yeah, because it's always got to be at that heat so that it's never going bad.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Bloomfield House Hotel and Leisure Club is
What?
situated on 20 acres of woodlands on the shores of Lough Ennell, with 65 bedrooms.
Somebody wrote a
and
script.
The state-of-the-art leisure club. We endeavour to cater to the needs of the most discerning guest.
Oh, okay, rich people.
Lough
Rich
Ennell
cunts.
is the last
Oh, it's a
wild
fancy hotel.
lake in Europe.
If I was charged with setting up a new township somewhere, I would literally be like, we just want middle class. We don't want any rich fucks. We don't want any degenerates.
18-hole championship golf course.
Then
where
people would lie.
Guests of the hotel are always welcome.
Yeah, and then they can fuck off.
Belvedere House and Gardens, which are steeped in history and beauty, are just a stroll from us here at Globefield.
Lilliput House on the shores of
What a
Lough
script
Ennell.
read.
An estate with approximately 70
It's Mick
acres
Kirby.
Sup,
He
Mick?
doesn't have any credits. It's
Public
just his
park
name.
for everyone's use.
He doesn't do anything. He's just here to say hi.
A lot of the central counties,
Fine.
Westmeath, Offaly,
Fine.
and Longford use Lough Ennell widely, and Lilliput Shore in particular. It has been used for generations, children coming to swim for sports, and they enjoy it.
We have a bench and a little shed on
You
the
can
wall.
sit down and stand up and swim.
The summer house of Boyd Rochfords, who owned Middleton Park, and this was part of the estate. And the Jonathan Swift connection. Old
I
people
don't know.
in the
I
area
love this tape
had the
quite a
story
lot
of
because it seems
how
like
they
there's
came to
absolutely
be
nothing
called
really
Lilliput House.
standoutish about this
Yeah,
little town, and
there's
they've made a
genuinely
Went to
like
school.
its placement is interesting in that you have the the lakes and stuff all around it.
Yeah, but
Otherwise,
so is Phillip Island.
And on
it's
one
just-
of those trips in those fine summer,
They've probably got all this stuff there too.
Evening.
It doesn't seem
they went across
like
the
any
lake
different to.
well, it's
anywhere
older
else.
than Port Phillip
Belvedere
Island in
House,
terms of.
also
Yeah, I guess.
owned by the Rochford family.
But again, what would it look like
2
now?
miles wide the lake is, and on the far shore as
Hassel
they
Pollock.
approach the Belvedere,
Hassel
look back to see
Bollocks.
the people on the shore at Lilliput House, diminutive in the distance and in the hills.
Seems like it's always cold and windy there.
Therein
Is that just Ireland in
Wheatvale
general?
was born the ideas of Gulliver's Travels, the Lilliputian people,
Oh, it's getting a bit windy out there, mate.
and one
Yeah,
of
what's
the
it
most
look like today?
widely read books,
No,
in
more or
English
less the
literature.
same.
Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah. It really doesn't look much different, honestly. So maybe it hasn't changed and grown.
Lord Mayor of Liverpool, Margaret Clark,
What is she doing here?
visiting. It's a big thing when they visit. The old folks love it. With their mouths full of Werther's original.
Of course. They were just called Werther's back then.
Oh. Because they hadn't made any other flavors yet. You genuinely made yourself laugh just then.
I don't
feel
do
like
it very often.
That's a good one. I need to write that one down.
Give myself a pat on the back and say, well done. I'm genuinely not a very funny person, so when I get my win, I take him.
My darling, come to me. Sit you down easily.
We have little figurines and goblets.
And more goblets.
Feel the soft firelight, cool as the night.
This man is making some wood.
This kid is not.
Interested.
You're still my guiding light after all these years.
This guy is.
Yes.
Your soft assurance.
So he hammers it.
The rock I lean on.
Yeah, does it screw in?
No.
Oh. Disgrace.
When all hope had gone.
There.
You're still the only one.
Yeah. Now the kid can sit and watch me make things.
Hey!
Does it work? Oh, I don't know about that H&S in this.
After all these years.
Make sure if I ever go to Ireland that I check this place out.
Yeah.
I'll probably
They've
do
got
that.
baked potatoes. Sounds pretty good, actually. I want baked potato. I don't have an oven at home.
From me passes
No
on,
baked potatoes for me.
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
I'm growing old.
We're still learning to use ours because of how the temperature difference between
Yeah.
gas and electric.
Yeah.
It's just so nasty.
I cannot unfold. Nights dark and cold.
It's significant too. You wouldn't think it was like a big deal, but it actually is.
Oh, we got thanks
Oh
to
no!
Ended. He is Mick Kirby, McCormick's Pub, Donny Cassidy, Joe Dolan. Thanks. Thanks, Marbo. What's the last
Marburn,
one?
I think.
Joy. Well, now we know all about Ireland.
No, just that one town.
Just that one little town. Probably smaller than Geelong.
Definitely.
One keeps growing in it.
It is kind of bizarre. But again, the city centre is eventually just going to become one ponds. Like at this rate, unless
I mean, if they
something
keep building
significant
out that way,
changes-
then yeah.
unless something significant changes, then CBD is going to die.
Yeah.
Which it is, honestly.
Pretty dead.
I know that a lot of businesses that have moved have like literally just like middle of nowhere places because it's too expensive to exist in the middle of the city. Which, when you're in a city that is dying, you
Yeah, no.
you kind of gonna lose more than you're gonna gain. And like even if something cool was to open, nobody would really go there because it's like inconvenient. Go for that one thing.
Yeah. Especially with the parking. Although I have a new app on my phone where I don't have to go anywhere to pay the parking. I just stay where I am at yes and go.
I mean,
That's nice, but other than
as
that,
nice as that is, it just only solves one problem of many.
that's right.
The fact that the parking just kept getting more and more expensive as well.
Yeah, they stopped that.
Yeah, but did they put it down? Or is it still like...
If I want to go watch a movie and have a beer, it will cost me about $7. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, considering it wasn't that long ago, it was only like a couple bucks, really.
It's only like it used to be 4 when we started doing.
Yeah. Because it's nearly fucking doubled
nearly
in less
doubled.
than 10 years.
Mhm.
That's absurd. No wonder nobody goes to town.
All right.
The only thing that Warren Ponds doesn't have over CBD is bars and pubs.
Yeah, the pizza place you can get a drink at.
Of course, there's plenty of
But
places
there's
you can
no,
and there's
like-
also a place you can go get your hair cut and have a beer. At the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
that place is cool. But no, there's no like chill out.
Yeah, exactly.
Place.
At least there is. There's like one. There's like a there's one just down the road from the main shopping center. That other one.
Oh no, that's the sports bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there for dinner about half a year ago.
I have never been there.
Had a sweet chili salad. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, what's coming up on the next episode? Most likely, I say most likely because
Things change. Yeah,
card subject to change.
Next week is International Space Week. I've got a documentary about space. The video itself says space down the side of it, then it says heavy metal.
Heavy metal space birds?
Yeah, I mean that's a cool cover. I don't think it's gonna live up to the cover, but it's a cool cover.
Is it made by Space Bird?
Maybe. So like that's funny. Which it actually there's actually a tape on eBay I kind of want to buy. I can't afford it. It's not going to come here by next week for Space Week, but it's Oz Encounters, the videotape of Close Encounters as told by Australians, and it's all people that live like here-ish, like Bacchus Marsh, Melbourne, all that sort
Dude,
of stuff.
how much is the tape? We need to get that one.
$25.
Because I have stories of a guy that I met
Alright.
when I was working, and he would tell me all kinds of stories.
I'll purchase it, but it's not going to be here for Space Week.
Loved that. He's like the main thing I miss about my old job is like some of the interesting people I got to talk to, and that guy was like a proper conspiracy theorist.
You need to start writing down like some dot points of some of these stories you have from when you were working. The stories that people tell you, so you can cue them up with videos to have stories when I ask you, so what have you been doing? So yeah, started that. I think that'd be cool. I'd
probably more tell those stories during the tapes anyway when
but
something
still.
relevant comes.
Dot point it down so we can start like queuing them up. But the week after that, I want to go and watch a cartoon again. I've got a VHS tape of one of the Dot cartoons. Did you ever watch Dot?
It sounds familiar.
It's an Australian cartoon where they have like these Australian actors and they kind of put cartoons over the top of them. Dot and the Kangaroo is famous for being one of the scariest cartoons. Like, got this really weird bunyip scene, but this one that we're watching is Dot and a mosquito. Dot mosquito. Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to
You
see.
don't know?
Oh, I can't remember. I'd have to see. It
Yeah.
sounds very familiar, but
So that's the next 2 weeks, and then after the Dot one, we're going to meet Chris Adams and
Oh,
watch his
yeah.
didgeridoo thing. We'll have to film that and make. Okay.
yeah. And he did mention something to you about having more tapes.
Oh yeah, definitely. He said that he's
See.
got.
Range to.
Yeah,
borrow,
he said
steal.
he absolutely is up.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Yeah, so they.
I think it might have been something I watched when I was like really, really little.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
That's some Aussie culture right there.
Yeah. So aside from that, this weekend I'm doing cinema again. As I said before,
I was going to stream last weekend, but my throat got really bad.
I'm not going to
Hence
hold
why I muted
myself
most
to
of the time
having
on
to do
wrestling.
that every week, but if it comes up, I'm gonna. And this week, getting Coca Crow in to watch Glen of Glenda, classic Ed Wood about changing your gender.
Yeah,
it should be fun. Yeah, I think that's all I got to plug.
Oh yeah.
Or anything else to plug?
Oh really? Yeah.
Oh, actually, I wanted to chat with you before we go off stream, I suppose.
Okay.
The joke book idea.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of interested in that, like a lot more than just a passing interest. I kind of want to do that, and I'm thinking, do you want to do that all 12 episodes, just you and me with the joke books, or do you want me to start doing them, like recording them after I do cinema time with guests? And like have a different.
Well, it could be
person
you,
do
me, and a guest. I mean, I definitely want to be involved in it.
Cool. But that makes it harder trying to get
We
three
don't
people
have to
in
have.
one go.
We don't have to have people there. Like we just can.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be video; it would just be audio, right?
No, we did videos. No,
if you want to.
Why not? I don't know how podcasts work. So do video for everything.
Yeah, we can do video as well. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we have to have people there. It can just be us.
Okay, yeah, us. Sounds good. I was just throwing the idea out.
I'll
Whether
have
it's
to
just
go
you
back
and
to my
me
parents'
or-
house and steal their joke books.
I'm gonna have to go up.
They have
that thing.
three. They have three. I
Well,
think.
that's-
They have one that's a pub joke book, so it's more adults.
That's
They
alright.
have 1,001 jokes, which are kids ones, and there's one that's like 101 excuses for a bad school report or something. And yeah. All three of them I remember very, very vividly from my show. That's like I knew they were there.
Sounds good. And I think I have a couple on myself. We only need a few more to be able to get a full 12-episode season. We could make it start on like half year, and then we go into the next half. Like what do they call it around half year? It's like business year or something when they do all the tax. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Financial.
Yeah, financial. Do it that way. Do it because that's a joke, right?
Yes, so.
Maybe if we do all these books together, it might be funnier on the show.
I think you're overestimating how funny these jokes are going to be. If I remember correctly, like the pub one that my dad has some pretty like gnarly stuff in it that we might have to not read out.
Well, we read them out and then just censor it.
There's gonna have to be some disclaimer. The problem is, like, they're the ones I'm gonna laugh at. I just know it.
Appropriate. All right. That's enough waffling.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. See
Yeah.
you on the weekend for cinema, and see you next week for more tape time.
See you later, Tara.